On March 8, 2014, Malaysian Airlines flight MH370 prepared for what was supposed to be a routine flight. The Boeing 777, a reliable and well-regarded aircraft, was scheduled to fly from Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia to Beijing, China. On board were 227 passengers and 12 crew members representing 15 nationalities. These passengers included families, business travelers, and tourists, all with different stories and destinations. The flight was under the command of Captain Zahari Ahmad Shah, a veteran pilot with thousands of flight hours. His experience and expertise were well known among his peers. The flight took off at 12:41 a.m. local time, smoothly lifting off the runway and heading into the night sky. It ascended to its cruising altitude of 35,000 feet and made initial contact with Malaysian air traffic control. The communication was routine, with no signs of any issues. Everything appeared normal and the flight was on schedule. The weather was clear and the conditions were ideal for a smooth journey. Passengers settled in for the 6-hour journey, unaware that they were about to become part of one of the most baffling mysteries in aviation history. Some read books, others watched movies, and many simply closed their eyes to rest. The disappearance of MH370 sent shockwaves around the world. Families and friends of those on board were left in a state of anguish and confusion. It remains one of the most perplexing aviation mysteries of our time. Despite extensive search efforts and numerous theories, the fate of MH370 and its passengers continues to elude investigators and experts alike. At approximately 38 minutes into the flight, MH370 made its final contact with Malaysian air traffic control. At 1:19 a.m., as the plane was approaching Vietnamese airspace, the controller in Kuala Lumpur instructed the pilots to contact Ho Chi Minh City Control. The crew responded with "Good night, Malaysian 370, a standard farewell." However, the plane never established contact with Vietnamese authorities. Shortly thereafter, MH370 deviated from its planned flight path. Instead of continuing northeast toward Beijing, the aircraft made an unexpected turn to the west, flying back over the Malay Peninsula. This crucial deviation was captured by military radar, indicating a deliberate action rather than a technical malfunction. The sudden disappearance and inexplicable change in course triggered an immediate search and rescue operation. The disappearance of MH370 sparked one of the largest and most complex search operations in aviation history. The world watched in shock and disbelief as the plane vanished without a trace, leaving behind a mystery that would captivate and baffle experts and the public alike. Multiple countries, including Malaysia, China, Australia, the United States, and Vietnam, deployed ships and aircraft to scour the vast expanse of the Indian Ocean. This unprecedented international collaboration showcased the global commitment to solving the mystery and bringing closure to the families of the 239 passengers and crew on board. The initial search area covered millions of square kilometers, making it an incredibly daunting task. The sheer size of the search zone, combined with the challenging oceanic conditions, tested the limits of human endurance and technological capabilities. The search effort was hampered by the lack of accurate data on MH370's final location. Investigators faced numerous obstacles, including the vast and remote search area, the deep ocean, and the limited information available from the plane's last known communications. Without the signal from the plane's black boxes, investigators had to rely on satellite data and analysis of the plane's possible flight paths. This involved complex calculations and interpretations of the limited data available, which only added to the difficulty of the search. This data analysis suggested that the plane had flown south for several hours before eventually running out of fuel and crashing into the remote southern Indian Ocean. The vastness and remoteness of this area made the search even more challenging, as it was one of the least explored parts of the world. Despite the extensive search efforts, no trace of the plane was found for over a year. The search teams, though determined and resilient, faced immense frustration and emotional toll as days turned into months and months into years with no significant breakthroughs. The mystery of MH370 remains one of the most perplexing and tragic events in aviation history. Central to unraveling the mystery of MH370 are the aircraft's black boxes, consisting of the flight data recorder and the cockpit voice recorder. The flight data recorder captures thousands of parameters of flight data, providing a detailed record of the aircraft's performance and systems. This includes information such as altitude, speed, and engine performance, which can be crucial in understanding what happened during the flight. The cockpit voice recorder records all conversations and sounds in the cockpit, offering crucial insights into the crew's actions and any potential emergencies. It captures everything from routine communications to critical moments of decision-making, providing a comprehensive audio history of the flight. However, the black boxes of MH370 have never been recovered. This has left a significant gap in the investigation, as these devices are key to piecing together the final moments of the flight. These devices are designed to emit a locator signal for approximately 30 days after submerging in water. This signal, known as a ping, helps search teams locate the black boxes even in the vast and deep ocean. Despite extensive underwater searches using sophisticated sonar equipment, no pings were detected. The search covered thousands of square kilometers of ocean floor, but the black boxes remained elusive. The lack of black box data has significantly hindered investigators' ability to determine the cause of the crash and the events leading up to it. Without this critical information, many questions about the flight's final moments remain unanswered, leaving families and experts alike in search of closure. Section 5. Theories take flight. What happened to MH370? The disappearance of MH370 has spawned numerous theories, ranging from plausible scenarios to more speculative explanations. One prominent theory suggests a deliberate act by one or both pilots. This theory is fueled by the deliberate deviation from the flight path and the disabling of the aircraft's communication systems. Another theory proposes a catastrophic mechanical failure, such as a sudden decompression or an electrical fire, which could have incapacitated the crew and led to the plane's uncontrolled descent. However, there was no distress signal sent from the aircraft, and the plane continued flying for several hours after its last communication, casting doubt on this theory. Other theories, though less likely, include a hijacking or even a meteor strike. Section 6. The human cost families searching for closure. While the world grappled with the mystery of MH370, the families and friends of those on board faced unimaginable grief and uncertainty. The lack of answers and the prolonged search only amplified their pain and frustration. Many families struggled to come to terms with the loss of their loved ones without knowing what truly happened. Throughout the years, families of the victims have been vocal advocates for continued investigation and transparency. They have held vigils, established support groups, and demanded answers from authorities. The emotional toll on the families has been immeasurable, and the lack of closure continues to haunt them. Section 7. Unanswered questions. The search for truth continues. Despite years of investigation and analysis, the disappearance of MH370 remains an unsolved mystery. The lack of a definitive cause, the absence of the wreckage, and the many unanswered questions continue to fuel speculation and intrigue. The official investigation by the Malaysian government has been criticized for its lack of transparency and its inability to provide conclusive answers. Independent researchers and aviation experts have continued to examine the available data, hoping to find new clues that might shed light on the fate of MH370. Some have called for renewed search efforts using advanced technology, while others believe that the key to solving the mystery lies in uncovering potential human factors and analyzing the actions of the crew. Section 8. Learning from tragedy, aviation safety in focus. The disappearance of MH370 has had a profound impact on the aviation industry, prompting a reassessment of safety procedures and technologies. In the wake of the tragedy, the International Civil Aviation Organization implemented new regulations aimed at improving aircraft tracking and communication. These regulations include requirements for airlines to track aircraft more frequently, extend the battery life of underwater locator beacons on black boxes, and improve the accessibility of flight data in real time. The aviation industry has also invested in research and development of new technologies, such as autonomous distress tracking systems, to prevent similar incidents from occurring in the future. Section 9. MH370, an enduring enigma. The disappearance of Malaysian Airlines flight MH370 remains one of the most perplexing and tragic events in aviation history. The lack of a definitive explanation, the absence of the wreckage, and the countless unanswered questions continue to captivate the world. While the official investigation may have concluded, the search for answers and the pursuit of closure for the families of those lost will likely persist for years to come. The story of MH370 serves as a poignant reminder of the fragility of life and the enduring power of hope in the face of unimaginable loss. It also underscores the importance of continuous improvement in aviation safety and the need for international cooperation in uncovering the truth behind such tragedies.